Musi.
I'm sorry, I have to repeat that because my microphone was off. Will you please, for the record, state your full names?
I am Kagiso John Musi.
Thank you, JP Musi. Do you have any objection to taking the prescribed oath?
None, Mr. President.
Do you then swear that the evidence that you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else? If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you, JP Musi. Advocate Close, your witness has been sworn in.
Thank you, Chairperson. Judge President Musi, am I correct in stating that you are currently the Judge President of the Free State Division of the High Court?
That is correct.
Is it also correct that in respect to the Free State Division, you were appointed as a permanent judge on the 1st of June 2005?
That is correct.
You were appointed as Deputy Judge President in the same division in January 2017.
That's correct.
And then am I also correct in stating as Judge President of the division you were appointed on the 1st of December 2018?
That is correct.
You are the complainant in the matter currently before the tribunal in which Judge Lekale is the respondent. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, in respect of Judge Lekale, am I correct in stating that he was appointed as a permanent judge of the Free State High Court on 1 January 2012?
That is correct.
And that according to the records and the documents we have before us, he was born in June 1964 and is presently 62 years old.
Well, according to the medical records, yes. And the records at my disposal at the office. Yeah.
When Judge Lekale was appointed as a judge on the 1st of January 2012, you were already serving as a permanent judge in the Free State Division.
That is correct.
Now, Judge President, it seems...
Moment, Advocate Close. I just want to find out from Judge Lekale, are you following and hearing the evidence of Judge President Musi?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You may proceed, Advocate Close. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you, Chairperson. When Judge Lekale was appointed as a judge on the 1st of January 2012, you were already serving as a permanent judge in the Free State Division.
That is correct.
And it seems it's undisputed that Judge Lekale has been medically booked off since the 6th of June 2018.
Yes, that is correct.
At that time, in June 2018, you were the Deputy Judge President within the division.
That is correct.
Now, Judge President, having regard to Judge Lekale's appointment date and the date on which he commenced being medically booked off, namely the 6th of June 2018, he appears to have performed active judicial duties for 6 years before being medically booked off.
Yes. Give or take a few months, but yes, rounded off to 6 years.
6 years and a few months.
Yes.
I just want to clarify, since the 6th of June 2018, has Judge Lekale performed any form of work as a judge?
No.
Has he ever returned to work since the 6th of June 2018?
Unfortunately not.
Now, if you take into account the date of 6 June 2018 and the fact that he has not performed any work, It seems he's medically booked off for 8 years without performing any judicial work.
Yes, plus minus, yes.
So in other words, he's a permanent judge for 6 years, but hasn't performed judicial work for 8 years.
Plus minus 8 years, that is correct.
Judge President Musi, I just want clarity on one thing. Earlier, you, in response to a question from the evidence leader, said that she has been on sick leave since the 6th of June 2018,
That is correct.
meaning that he is still on sick leave.
As we speak, he's still on sick leave, yes.
Judge President, can you tell the tribunal whether, and if so, how, Judge Lekale's prolonged absence affected the functioning of the Free State Division?
Yeah, thank you. Maybe I should preface that by saying that the complaint itself was lodged after engaging Judge Lekale about his situation, and it is actually lodged with a great and deep sense of sadness because I've worked very well with Judge Lekale. Coming to the practical effect thereof, obviously because of the uncertainty, the medical reports state that he would be fit for office at a particular date. That impedes proper planning because before that date, another medical certificate comes which states that he will be indisposed for a longer period. In order to make sure that the division functions optimally, I am obliged to request the minister to appoint an acting judge in Judge Lekale's place. Therefore, the state actually pays for 2 judges, whilst only one is doing the work, in that the acting judge gets a remuneration similar to that of a judge. A further implication is that when you appoint an acting judge in the stead of an experienced permanent judge, the utilization of that particular judge is also limited because there are certain complex and intricate civil matters that I could with ease give to or allocate to Judge Lekale, which is not always necessarily the case when you have an acting judge.
Judge President Musi, I just want clarity on this aspect. I know that you lodged your complaint late January 2025.
Yes.
And I also know that as the judge president of the division, you had the power to grant leave, whether sick or ordinary leave, vests in you.
Well, that's partially correct. That power was only devolved to the judge's president in 2023.
2023.
2023, July, by way of a government gazette. Prior to that, that power was exclusively the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development's power.
And since you became the repository of that power, on what basis did you then grant leave to Judge Lekale?
Thank you. Well,
As you mentioned earlier on that she is or he is on sick leave.
yes, thank you. That was granted by virtue of medical certificates handed in periodically by Judge Lekale. When the powers devolved to me, I had a conversation with Judge Lekale, wherein I told him that I'll be very loath to grant sick leave on the terms and conditions as stated by his medical practitioner. And that was basically the start of a long engagement with Judge Lekale. You will note from my complaint, I wrote to 2 successive ministers of justice, informing them that this situation is untenable and it might lead to embarrassment to the office of the Chief Justice. I engaged the previous Chief Justice, Chief Justice Zondo, on the issue, and like me, he was of the view that this situation can be sorted out amicably by way of engaging Judge Lekale, which I did. Then I also engaged the current Chief Justice and informed her that I have tried everything and I've reached the end of the road with regard to this issue, and granting further leave would indeed be an embarrassment. And I recommended that the Judicial Service Commission should be approached because this is an unprecedented situation. She, rightfully so, suggested that a formal complaint should rather be lodged so that this process as it unfolds now should unfold because of the unwillingness of Judge Lekale to apply to be what is colloquially called medically boarded, but more technically to be declared incapacitated due to ill health. And that is how the complaint was lodged. It was not something that was done very lightly.
Yes, yes, yes. You indicate that you were given the prevailing circumstances load
Yes,
to approve his application for leave.
for leave, yes.
Did you actually approve it or not?
Well, I actually approved it after engaging inter alia the previous Chief Justice, and on the advice of the previous Chief Justice, that I should engage Judge Lekale and see whether I can firstly convince him to apply to be formally declared medically incapacitated. But as I say, he refused.
Yes. As he is sitting there now, is he on approved leave of absence by you?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.